This morning I am fishing for one of the most unappreciated freshwater fish there is. And I'm just going to use minnows free-lined on a hook. And that's it. That's how simple this fishing is. It's a real fun way to catch a bunch of fish. And you do catch a variety of fish this way too. Especially if you're below a dam like I am right now. In fact, there are a couple of unappreciated fish in this water. And hopefully I'll catch, a couple of them. And I am going to put more than one rod out. I've got my striper shiner rods. And I used to just use this 6-pound line until I started catching like 20 to 30 pound stripers on, shiners. And then I upgraded to this. This is a 10-pound line on some inshore rods, just medium inshore rods. These are good for like big reds and are plenty for stripers and, whatever else bites, like the more unappreciated fish. And it's a waiting game. I don't have too much time. The dam will be generating about an hour and a half from now. And as you can see, fog's starting to break up. And as soon as that sun comes up, the fog starts breaking up, it does slow down the bite here. Hopefully I get something soon. There we go. Saw the line running on this one. The right line was moving.
Got one?
Yep.
About time.
See what this is. I've left my drag really loose. There we go. Exactly what I was looking for. The most unappreciated freshwater fish. Freshwater drum. Whoa. Also known as freshwater sheephead. These guys are related to redfish and black drum in the ocean. And if this was a redfish or a black drum and I was catching them as often as I do, I would be booked up for months because people love catching them, but for some reason they don't like catching these. However, I have been changing a lot of people's minds. This is the staple of my mixed bag fishing trips, and people have fun catching them. They fight good, and yeah, they do have some cool coloration too. Some of them are really golden, and they have like a rainbow trout sheen on their face, and sometimes the entire body, especially in the springtime when they're spawning. But it's kind of a cool looking fish. Weird fish. A rough fish. And they do grow much bigger than that. And in the Tennessee Angler Recognition Program, there is a trophy size. So if I get a trophy in the boat, I'm giving out a certificate. My neighbor boat has a fish on too. Quite a few fish in the area. Now let's see if I can catch something else. Or another drum. There you go. Hook through the face. And I might have a fish on my side one. Yep. Sometimes I just can't keep bait in the water. Did I get him? Yep. Cool. Oh, so this is not an, underappreciated fish right here. I'll boat flip them. Still nice to catch. When I'm fishing like this, I don't mind catching them. It just adds to the multi-species. Nice bass. Look at that. Very nice. So 2 different species within the first like 5 minutes of being here almost. Cool. Like I said, sometimes it's hard to keep lines in the water. Like I said earlier, through the lower jaw, out the nose. Try not to hook them too deep. We want them moving around. Whoops. Had my line wrapped up. And you can hold it or put it in a rod holder. These are circle hooks. Wow, that was quick. I'm going to show you the circle hooks. Oh. Man, if the camera was only showing that way, because we got a big bass jumping out of the water. Oh no, smallie. Now this is my favorite bass of the bass family. As long as it doesn't get off the hook. Oh, come here. Quit jumping. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Cool. Smallmouth, big one. Now if this was the only fish I caught here today, I would be incredibly happy. Maybe I'll be able to pull a frame from the video to put this on Instagram, because that's a nice smallie right there. Very nice. I'd love to just catch these all day long, and these are definitely an appreciated fish. These 18, 19 incher. They need to be 20 to be a trophy. And I've already got my smallmouth trophy. But beautiful, beautiful fish. Alright, grow up. Become a trophy. Well, it's been a really productive morning. There's one more type of fish I'd like to catch that is also kind of considered an unappreciated fish. But if you're a cat fisherman or like to eat fish, if I catch one, you understand, why that some people do appreciate it. And I think if I keep casting this way, I'm probably going to continue to catch bass. Going to keep going, and yeah, I was going to show you guys the hooks. That's all I'm using. Size 4 Owner Mutu light circle hooks. I found like size 6, which are even smaller, seem to pop out of the drum's mouth more often than not. So I just bought a bunch of 4s, and that's what I've been using. Technically, this is a shiner. When I do this type of fishing, I get like 2 dozen shiners and 1 dozen large minnows. The minnows are fathead minnows, most of them, and then shiners are shiners. They're usually that size, what I just showed you. However, every now and then I get big shiners from the bait shop, and I've caught striped bass with those big shiners. Striped bass seems to be the other fish in this water that is appreciated, even though I will be honest with you guys, I consider them an invasive fish. It's nothing against the fish itself. They've just never been in this waterway. However, they are really fun to catch, and our wildlife agency stocks tons of them. I saw them stock like 100,000 of them like just the other day. Now I will say that the fish, sometimes they come in waves here because they're schooled up and they're chasing the limited amount of bait that's in the area. But I've had days where you can't keep, bait in the water, and then days where it's a little bit slower. See if this one's still here. Yep. And yeah. This is a little bit slower. I mean, I don't have all 3 rods down at the same time, and there's some pauses between the fish. I think this is another drum. Yep. Uh-oh, there we go. They fight pretty good. They're fun. And here I am trying to explain why I haven't caught a fish in like 3 minutes. Cool. The weirdest looking fish. Almost constant action today. I think it's maybe a little bit more busier than it was yesterday here. I didn't even get to drink my water. Yep. Sun is starting to break through. And this is just a fraction of the fish I usually catch here. If they're not biting minnows, which I've had that happen before, I switch to artificials and start catching them like crazy on artificial bait. So usually one or the other. I don't think I've ever been like skunked here. At least, when I'm using either minnows or artificial baits. It's a good place to fish. Finally got one. Try to boat flip him. There we go. It's the white bass. There's a white bass. He got hooked pretty deep, so I'm going to release him. And that is the fish I was talking about earlier. They're great for catfish bait. Some of my bigger trophies this year have been caught on white bass. And I've got a few in my cooler right now, which I probably could have tossed him in the cooler to use as bait later for catfish. And they're also good to eat. There is a limit on them. You can only have like 15 of them. It might be less in some lakes, but around here it's 15. And yeah, I got another fish on while I'm talking. Yep, non-stop action. But yeah, the white bass is, to some, is underappreciated. I mean, like bass fishermen, striper guides don't like them. Wow, this guy's not wanting to come up. Man. A good sized one. I'm just being easy with him because it's a 6-pound line. Ugh. Man, that's a good one. Usually, I'm catching the big ones with artificial bait, but this is definitely a respectable sized one. Now, I think there's another name for these guys, like, down further south, like in Louisiana. I don't remember what it is. I might have to talk to my buddy, M. Hood Fishing, and see what he calls these. Very cool. And wind and fish are blowing me around a little bit. Even the slightest breeze will push me around here. That's cool. Within like the first 30 minutes, 45 minutes, I've caught 4 different species. And if this was, you know, a trip, we'd have 4 hours of this. Well, not technically 4 hours. I mean, the last couple of hours it does slow down. And that's what I tell everybody. But yeah, get a couple more out and see if I can catch a couple more fish. And then I might run away from the sun. It's already been a really, really good day. I love catching smallmouth and all these other fish. Now I just netted what a lot of these fish are feeding on. It's threadfin shad. I might hook this guy and throw him out there, but he's in pretty bad condition. Yeah, he's not really moving. I'm gonna put him out anyway, see what happens. Probably only gonna stay here, I don't know, 30 more minutes. What time is it? Yeah. We are getting close to the generators coming on. So at least I made it that far. Normally when the sun comes out like this, I start heading for the shade and trying to fish on the walls and stuff in the shade, just to stay out of the sun. But for now, fish this a little bit longer and then call it. It's been a good morning. There we go. Oh man, oh! We're on the side towards the bank. Winds. Ooh. Now you could do this from the bank. It's just a lot harder because you can only cast so far when you're freelining shiners. At this spot it probably would work. You know, I'm 30, 40 feet away from the bank. Oh, he's kind of big. That's a good one. That's a good white bass right there. Hooked properly in the corner of the mouth and everything. They do swallow the hooks from time to time, even though these are circle hooks. There you go. White bass. Some people call these perch. Striped perch or something? I don't know. I don't know what the other names are for this one. But I do know their cousin that doesn't have these lines, that are just completely white, are called white perch. And we call this white bass. And they don't really get too much bigger than this. I mean, 18 inches is the trophy size, and I don't think I've ever seen an 18-inch white bass. Maybe I can get another photo from this. But yeah, good catfish bait, good eating, and fun to catch. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here before the generators start. And also get out of this heat. This is going to be another 100-degree day, and I'd rather not be on the water, cooking in 100-degree weather. I will try to do some more morning fishing, maybe some afternoon fishing, and obviously some more talking head videos, because I'm trying to do one video a day. And I had a bunch of minnows and shiners left over that figured I'd take you guys, with me on this particular trip. Now, as always, I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to actually watch this video. I really appreciate it. And I've already said it multiple times. This has been a really good morning, and I haven't really been here that long. And I was able to catch one of my favorite bass. Thanks again for watching. I do hope to see you next time.